Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to Obas Trending Gist, where we serve you the hottest, most unfiltered political tea. And we do have a steaming pot for you today. The African Democratic Congress, the ADC, is in the middle of a political firestorm. Just a few weeks ago, the ADC's 2023 presidential candidate Dumebi Kachikwu dropped a bombshell on Channels TV Sunday Politics. He, along with several statements, alleged a grand conspiracy involving forged signatures, all to hijack the party and hand it over to a coalition of political heavyweights like Atiku Abubakar, Debunks, and the rest of them. Fast forward to this week, and the other side of the story has emerged. The ADC spokesperson Bolaji Abdullahi, flanked by his own set of state chairmen, returned to the studio, or rather returned to the same program to counter Kachukwu's explosive claims. It's a classic case of he said, she said, but with the fate of a major political party hanging in the balance. So, who is telling the truth? Let's dive into the latest chapter of this ADC saga. We'll watch what Bolaji Abdullahi and his camp had to say, and then I'll give you my critical take. So sit back and take a watch.
Last on Friday, there are allegations that there were no consultation with the leadership, and some chairmen, about four or five of them, came here and said they were not aware about the emergence of David Mark, Aregbesola, and the rest coming into. Are you aware, sir? Were you consulted about the handing over of the party to David Mark and the rest?
There was no handing over. I think your choice of words may be problematic to me. What happened is a process that took about 18 months. It started with low-level negotiations. I was, at that time, the chairman of the board of trustees of ADC. I participated actively in these negotiations over these months. And we agreed to follow the constitution of the party and followed all laid down procedure that is necessary in order that we open up the party so that people can come in and be able to register and become members of the party. And also, when the time comes, also aspire to party positions, whether in their wards, in their local government, states, or at the national level, and also be able to lay the foundation for a proper, fair and free, transparent, primaries that will produce a candidate at the end of the day.
Would you say there was a proper consultation across the states?
Yeah, there were proper consultations, but you need to understand where we're coming from. As at the time we started negotiations, there were about 10 or so chairmen of the parties who were with Dumebi that have taken the party to the courts, and there was a case at the Supreme Court. He, of course, was one of those 10 chairmen.
So there were factionalization. There is an existing factionalization. There's a division of some sort.
Not quite. Let me give you.
Because I understand that there are some chairmen who are with Dumebi Kachikwu.
Yes, can I give you the background now?
No, we may not have all of the time.
Okay, so
just a moment, sir. The crux of the matter here is whether or not there is an issue of forgery. The crux of the matter is whether or not there was a true consultation in the party.
Okay, fine. So I want to state clearly that the issue of forgery is not true. And like he said, if there is any such case, he should go to the right.
Were you privy to the court process?
Of course I was.
Were you part of the processes that led to the submission of the document?
Of course. As a matter of fact, it was the Independent National Electoral Commission that brokered the ADR that made those chairmen that took the party to Supreme Court to withdraw the case on their own request to INEC. And at the end of the day, two things were agreed. One, they withdraw the case from the Supreme Court, and then the party reinstate them to their former position. And we have achieved that.
All right, a lot to unpack there. So Bolaji Abdullahi's faction is essentially saying this whole handover was a long thought-out process, lasting about 18 months and not some sudden hostile takeover. The former Board of Trustees chairman, Mane Ibrahim, claims he was actively involved in these negotiations. Their narrative is that this was a legitimate constitutional process to open up the party and bring in new members. But here's where it gets tricky. They are downplaying the forgery allegation, with Abdullahi stating clearly that the issue of forgery is not true and that the matter was settled via an alternative dispute resolution (ADR) brokered by INEC itself. This directly contradicts Kachikwu, who presented what he claimed was evidence of forged signatures on court documents. So, we have two completely different accounts of the same event. One side say it was a peaceful legal process, the other alleges criminality and fraud. Now, let's hear the rest of the defense. Take a watch.
Just a moment. Give me a moment, sir. Let me speak to you. You're a party chairman, isn't it? The state chairman.
Yes, I'm a chairman from Kogi State.
From Kogi State.
I'm also the forum chairman.
Okay. Oh, you are the yes, chairman
sir.
Of all chairmen.
I'm a chairman.
A powerful man. You should actually give you a chair. What happened? Because some of your colleagues are not on this side. What happened? Because they said some of you sold out to the Atiku, David Mark, and Aregbesola. How much were you paid to do this?
Sir, I think what really happened is everybody we are all being carried along right from the inception of this.
So by Nwosu.
By Nwosu. Even despite that we have a case, even cases against him. After we know those who are coming to this coalition, I now call all the chairmen that this is an opportunity for us, for our party. If it is the interest of the party we are fighting for to grow, if this type of people are coming, and we all sit down, we all sat down and we discussed, and we need to follow these people. We have two cases against them. One is Supreme Court. One, personally, I instituted against the party and INEC. So when they explain everything like that, we decided...
You withdraw the matter?
Withdraw the matter.
At what point did the coalition come into the party? Where did they meet? Who did they consult? At what point did you agree as a party? Because the party is at the national and at the state level.
It was after the ADR.
By INEC?
By INEC. Call us together.
Where did this meeting happen, the ADR?
The ADR started from 2022.
So it wasn't now?
It wasn't now.
So there's a process?
Yeah, there's a processing before we conclude.
So you didn't answer my question, sir.
Yeah.
How much were you paid to some?
We are not paying anything.
Because that's the allegation that you were being paid to...
No.
For the hijack of the party.
Hijacking of the party as how?
So the party was not hijacked?
It was not hijacked.
Are you aligning with Mr. Kachikwu, or you're not longer in talking terms?
We are in talking terms. But when he insisted that he doesn't want these people to come, and I told him I want a larger ADC, he came to the party. If he's talking that they hijacked the party, he came when he wanted to contest for president. He came just 2 months.
Into the party?
Into the party, and we gave him ticket. Why would other not be saying that he came to hijack the party?
All right. Let's conclude this. Like Mr. Abdullahi, are you able to resolve this amicably? For the sake of...
Honestly, I still don't see anything that needs to be resolved. You know, all these, with due respect, are media creation. It's good for television, for people to be saying, calling press conferences and be saying all that they are saying. But in reality, there is nothing to reconcile. There is absolutely nothing on ground.
So you're not reaching out to him?
No, not at all.
All right.
Thank you so much. Chairmen, they are still our chair. Nobody...
All right. As displaced them.
No, nobody.
I must thank you, sir.
So before we go, I think it's good to understand the fact that Dumebi Kachikwu is not a member of our party. He doesn't represent the party, and he has no right to talk on behalf of ADC.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. Malam Abdullahi, always a pleasure having you come around to clarify these issues.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
We take a break, everyone. And when we return, we put a spotlight on the governance of Rivers State under the watch of the administrator there, and a heavily worded open letter written by some Rivers elders. Mr. Tonya Cole will be joining in next on the program. We'll be right.
So, the Kogi State chairman, who also doubles as a forum chairman, is adamant that no one was bribed and no signatures were forged. He insists that all the chairmen were carried along from the beginning. He even claimed that Kachikwu himself only joined the party 2 months before the presidential primaries and was still given the ticket, implying that the party has already been opened and accommodating. This paints a picture of Kachikwu as a disgruntled party member who is now trying to cause chaos because things didn't go his way. However, the most striking statement came from Mani Ibrahim, the former BOT chairman, who declared that Dumebi Kachikwu is no longer a member of the ADC and has no right to speak for the party. This is a major escalation, effectively attempting to delegitimize Kachikwu and his claim entirely. Now, for my take on all this is more than just an internal party squabble. It's a Nollywood political thriller playing out in real time, and we all are witnesses. First, let's address the forgery allegation. Dumebi Kachikwu didn't just make a verbal claim. He came on national television with documents and the supposed victims of the forgery, the state chairman. That's a bold move. For Bolaji Abdullahi and his camp to simply dismiss it as not true without addressing the evidence presented is frankly a weak rebuttal. If signatures were forged to obtain a consent document, as Kachikwu alleges, that's a serious criminal offense that can't just be wished away with a press statement. Secondly, the claim that Kachikwu is not a member of the ADC is a classic political power play. This is a man who was their presidential flag bearer just last election. To now declare him a non-member seems like an attempt to silence a dissenting voice rather than addressing the substance of his allegation. It raises the question, if he's not a member, at what point was he expelled, and why is this coming up only after he blew the whistle on the coalition plans? Thirdly, let's not lose sight of the bigger picture here. The names being thrown around in this coalition are some of the most powerful figures in Nigerian politics: Atiku, David Mark, Amechi El-Rufai, and the rest of them. The plan, it seems, is to create a formidable opposition platform to challenge the ruling APC in 2027. While this may be a legitimate political strategy, the allegation of a fraudulent takeover of the ADC to achieve this goal are deeply troubling. It suggests a belief that the end justifies the means, even if it involves trampling on party's constitution and its member. Ultimately, this is a battle for the soul of the ADC. On one side, you have a faction backed by political titans who see the party as a vehicle for a larger political objective. On the other, you have a faction led by party's former presidential candidate crying foul and alleging a hijack. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has a crucial role to play here. They were supposedly the broker of the ADR that led to this point. They need to come out and clarify their role and the legitimacy of the documents used in that process. The Nigerian police also need to take the forgery allegations seriously and investigate them thoroughly. This is a story that is far from over. We will be keeping a close eye on it, and you can be assured that Oba's Trending Gist will bring you all the updates as they unfold. And that's all we have for you for now. Folks, what do you think? Who is telling the truth in this ADC drama? Drop your comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more trending gist. Until next time, stay informed and stay engaged. Bye for now.